Welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Just Enough Spice, where we talk about ways to strive for better. So today I would like to talk about buy now, pay later options. I'm sure that if you guys shop online or you walk into any Target, Walmart, just about any store, they are offering that to people right now, buy now, pay later. And I wanted to talk about, what I think about it and risks that I think are associated with this option. So the issue I have with buy now, pay later, or one of the issues I have with these buy now, pay later options is I think it's targeting one of the most vulnerable groups of our population. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So first off, if you do not have the discipline of making monthly payments, let's say you have credit cards and you do not have the discipline of making monthly payments, there's a strong likelihood that you are going to be a targeted audience for this buy now, pay later. They're probably not doing a hard inquiry. They're not checking credit as they're supposed to. And just about everybody gets it. You get it. Everybody gets buy now, pay later. So if it's that easy to come along, there's a strong likelihood that everybody that is not a credit worthy person is going to flock to this option. I just don't see why we have this need to just buy, and not just buy, but buy things we cannot afford. And I say we cannot afford it because the mere fact or statement of buy now, pay later shows that you cannot pay now, but instead pay later for the thing that you're just purchasing. One of the other risks that comes along with this, and at first it seems very innocent, because you walked into the store, you saw an item to purchase, let's say it was on sale for $200, and they said you can pay in 4 payments, $50 a payment. You pay the first payment right now, and then you have 3 more payments or 3 more months to pay. If you walked into the store and that was not on your list of things to purchase, now you have purchased something that you did not need, and you are walking out of the store with some euphoric, oh wow, I got this thing and I got it, as far as I'm concerned, paying the same amount that somebody who paid upfront today for it paid, and I still get the benefit of using this thing. So the next time I drive by this store, or the next time I go online, there's a strong likelihood that I am going to probably stop by the store and actually walk in and buy another thing that I do not need. Another risk that people do not take into consideration is this. So Credit Karma did a survey or a study, and they found that 34% of people that selected or used this option actually did not follow through on buying now and paying later. They did not follow through on that last part of paying later. So now you've purchased something you did not need. You have now kind of forgotten to make these payments, and now you seem to be the best friend of the credit collector who's calling you, harassing you for payments. Not only that, there are late fees that are now tacked on to this thing that you purchased that you did not need. And it might only be $5, $6, $10, but it is a late fee that will snowball and eventually lead to no good whatsoever. You have now also fallen into the trap that the retailers want you to be in. You have gotten your fix for the day, and there's a strong likelihood that you're going to come back and you're going to frequent this store. So you'd say to yourself, well, they're losing money because 34% of people who are using this option are forgetting or not making their payments as they promised. What we need to keep in mind is there are 66% of people who are actually following through and making their payments. And most of these people are people that are buying things they did not need. Again, the vicious cycle, they walked into the store, it was offered on a buy now, pay later, and they just had to have it, and they got it. And now they're making payments in addition to all their other payments that they have to make on a monthly basis. There's a saying out there, the rich rule the poor. and the borrower becomes the servant to the lender. That's some very powerful words that we need to keep in mind. Because until we realize the game or the trickery that the retailers have us on, this hamster machine that we have going around in circles, until we figure out and realize that that's what's going on, we are always going to be that proverbial slave to the retailer. So at the end of the day, do we really need these things that we go to the store and we cannot leave the store without, just because they offered us a buy now, pay later? And to that I say, no, you will not get me in that vicious cycle of coming back and forth, purchasing things that I do not need. It just will not happen. And I think we need to think about this. So hopefully I'm talking to people who do not fall into that trap of, I need to have it, I must have it right now. You walk into a store and you just feel this urge to buy just because they say it's a buy now, pay later. Hopefully I'm talking to the people that do not fall into that trap. And if you fall into that trap, we can get out together. This is not something that they should have on us like this. So if we just stick to our list that we walk into the store with, or we do not frequent these places that we know are going to get us in this trap or this vicious cycle of going back and forth purchasing things we do not need, if we just keep that in the back of our minds and know that this is a game that the retailers are playing with us, we will be okay. We need to keep in mind that, especially right now, these times with inflation the way it is, we want to try to minimize the amount of debt that we have. And if there are things that we are picking up from stores just because we were offered this buy now, pay later option, we're going to get ourselves in trouble. And I try really hard to stay out of trouble like that. So one of the reasons why I talk so much about staying out of debt, or at least trying to bring it down, is because of the situation we find ourselves in. I talk a lot about inflation, and I do believe that inflation, the way it's going right now, we are going to be in hot water if we have excessive debt out there. And one of the things that we can control are these buy now, pay later options. We can control it. We do not have to go to the store. Stay out of the store. You don't really need that thing that you did not have on your list in the first place, and you only felt the urge to get it when you walked into the store or went online and noticed that they were offering buy now, pay later. You don't need it. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the buy now, pay later. If you guys have any comments about it, maybe you have benefited from it. I will stay away from it. That is not something that I find I need to engage in. But if there is anything you guys have noticed that I have missed with regards to the buy now, pay later, please put it down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Just Enough Spice. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.